My name is Douglas Holl. I work from the fire department in Queensbury, or
Glens Falls.
Been a firefighter for a number of years.
I'm Heather Holl. I am Doug's wife, and he has been a firefighter with the city of Glens Falls for 18 years and was a volunteer before that. And this is our son, Alex, who serves with the U.S. Navy.
Pretty much what it was, I mean, it was, you know, at the firehouse, you know, we work long days. We do, you know, being able to, I guess what I want to say is, you know, we're always having to be there, you know, and we work out of the 4 different areas that we do, and, you know, it ends up being pretty, you know, hard to get back up and everything else, because we run 24 hours, you know, and then we come off for a couple of shifts. But what starts to happen is that, you know, we're not able to, you know, get it downtime, and we're going home at some point, but we get overtime in the sense to be able to, you know, get downtime, you know, and do stuff that we want to be at home and with our families and stuff like that.
So Doug was diagnosed last February with Alzheimer's, but we noticed some symptoms before that. But I think what Doug is trying to say is that it's hard to notice the symptoms in his line of work because you think that the memory issues or the forgetfulness or the things that you're starting to see are a result of just stress or a lack of sleep. And so you kind of push them off and go, he just needs a good night's sleep. He just needs some rest. He needs to be away from the firehouse, take a vacation for a bit. So you kind of push them aside, and then your friends start to tell you there's something going on, and those firefighters are family. Adam, who's here, can tell you that he's part of our Queensbury Central family when Doug started to volunteer. So those people in the firehouse are like a brotherhood. They're like soldiers, and they take care of each other. So when they come to you as a firefighter's wife and say, something's going on, you have to take it seriously. So many doctor's visits later and lots of research and investigating have led us to find that he does have Alzheimer's. And so now we're going through the search for therapies that will work for him to help him keep going and hopefully reverse a lot of what's going on if we can.
A lot of it is with the, you know, like I said, we run a 24-hour, you know, so we go in for 24 hours, but with limited, usually you don't get enough people, you know, to be able to fill in the spots, and, you know, it becomes so other people have to come in off duty, and then, you know, you kind of get to the point where you are going to get stuck, is what we taught. You know, you can't go home because, you know, you're done with your shift, but, you know, you need somebody to cover that because it's got to be there, you know.
And we do think after we've done lots of blood work and genetic testing and things, Doug had heavy metals all through his system, which was probably a result of not being able to detox his body, like getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, not being in a stressful environment plays a role in whether or not your body can just eliminate those exposures from your body. He's been exposed to firefighting foam, which also affects all of that. So that may have played a role. We've already done something called a chelation treatment to eliminate and pull all those heavy metals out of his body. So we've gotten some good results with that, but we still have a lot of work to do to get him get him back.
Right.
I think, I mean, a lot of it is trying to, you know, there's a lot of different things that can help other people to do, or, you know, myself, and trying to get things back, you know, to normal. And we've kind of done a lot of searching, like my wife has, you know, seen, is that, you know, there's some good things about that, but, you know, we got to look at it, you know, and that it kind of goes with that.
So the path forward for us is we've already done chelation, and he'll continue to do that. Now we do the treatments once a month. They were twice a week for about 4 months. So he does a once a month treatment with chelation. He's been recommended for speech and language therapy because those are where we're seeing a lot of our losses, is with speech, language, and spatial perceptions. Short-term memory is not as bad as it was, so that, I think the chelation treatments helped a great deal. And then there's research that shows that hyperbaric oxygen therapies can help, so that's our next step, and that's what this donation will help us be able to do that.
Well, one of the firefighters that that's in the fire department, you know, and as things were starting to kind of spiral down a little bit, you know, and not being able to focus and things like that, you know, there was guys that were, you know, it's tough coming in to say that, you know, I can't do this, you know, and because the part of, you know, I'm tired, I can't get things done, you know, and, you know, that's where some of the brain fog kind of came into that. And my family and my wife, you know, had seen that, you know, and then, you know, guys in the fire department, you know, were always really good to say, hey, you know, are you okay, or something's doing. You know, so it was kind of evident that something was going on.
So one of the firefighters in the department was the one who nominated us, and he did all the application. And he was trying to make it a surprise until he needed some additional information, and he said, I didn't want to tell you, but he did call me and let me know that he nominated us. So it was a big deal, and he shared with us the essay he wrote to nominate Doug, and it was really touching to know that I know that the men in the fire department think he's really special, but to see it written in words and expressed in that way was beyond anything that I ever expected, and we're really grateful to Rick Stafford for nominating us.
And for me, being stationed away from family for the last 6 years now, knowing that with everything that's been going on and what my family's been going through, that the people I knew growing up that are in the fire department, that are extended family to us, are there for my mom and my dad, and that those people see who my dad is as a person and the 30 plus years that he's dedicated to public service, and who my family are as people, and that it's not just the individual making the sacrifice, the family backing my father as a firefighter, the effort that goes into your public service and being a firefighter, and the family that's involved really made me feel at ease, and that me not being there 100% of the time in person, I could still rely on the people in our community to help us out.
I think so. In the point, you know, it's, you know, we see a lot of things that, you know, crumble down, you know, and and to try to build those things back up. And, you know, you take that hit from what, you know, where guys were telling me that, you know, because I kind of saw it from my side, saying that when guys were talking about, hey, are you okay? Are things going? And then it kind of got into my head a little bit, going, is something really wrong with me? And then things started to kind of roll a little bit, you know, and that's when we kind of, you know, with my family seeing and everything else, you know, to come together, that.
I want to tell the South High students that what you do is amazing. Don't stop being leaders in your community. Just meeting the 5 of you today puts me at ease for the future, and knowing that people are so kind and giving, and that it's very hard to ask for help when you've been independent for so long, and to have friends, family, and community realize that people need help and to give it even though you're not being asked is absolutely amazing. So keep recognizing that need in people in the future, that not everybody on the surface appears to be okay, but it's not always the case. So thank you, all of you.
And I would also like to thank everyone. What you guys are doing is amazing, and you do a lot for the community. You don't necessarily need to put on a uniform or work in a public office to make a change in your community and help people out to the largest extent possible. You guys are doing a lot of great things for a lot of very good people who just happen to be in a tough spot, so thank you.
Go Bulldogs!